She demanded, "Pay for my gas, tape for, we are done." I weighed the money, then blocked her and took her spot with my new flame. Her standard calls from the airport were hilarious. I should have realized something was fundamentally wrong when Whitney started treating our Sunday brunch routine like a business meeting instead of quality time together. I'm Marcus, 34, and I run my own text preparation firm here in Minneapolis while teaching night classes at the local business school. Nothing flashy, but it's steady work that I genuinely enjoy, especially helping young entrepreneurs understand financial planning. Whitney had been living in my remodeled warehouse loft for 10 months. After her previous roommate situation fell through, which a little meant she would stop paying her share of expenses and got kicked out. She worked as a brand ambassador for some luxury skincare company, posting Instagram stories about podcasts that cost more than most people's grocery budgets. That particular Sunday morning, she was scrolling through her phone with unusual intensity, occasionally showing me photos or exotic locations and making the title little humming sounds that I would learn meant she was calculating something expensive. So my Northeastern sisters are doing the incredible wellness retreat next month, she announced, not looking up from her screen. 7 days in Costa Rica at this boutique eco resort with private yoga sessions, guided meditation workshops, and professional photography for our lifestyle brands. I nodded, cutting into my eggs Benedict while mentally running through my quarterly projections. Sounds like a nice break. You would be been working pretty hard on those product launches. She finally looked up and something in her expression made me pause mid-bite. The thing is, it's $4,200 and really need to be there for my brand positioning. Instead of my for doing quick math, that's steep, but if it's important for your career, maybe you could use some of those commission checks you mentioned or work out a payment plan. Witness interdemonitor shifted like someone had flipped a switch. Marcus, I need you to pay for this trip as proof that you are committed to our relationship and my personal growth. The causal way she said it made me blink twice. Proof for commitment. All my friends' partners finance these experiences without making it weird about money. Sarah's boyfriend just bought her a wig, and Tolam Kiblin's finance covered her interbelly retreat series. She leaned forward, her voice talking on that age I would start hearing more often. If you refuse, it shows me you don't prioritize share future or believe in investing in my success. I stared at her for what felt like an eternity. Watching her expectant expression, realizing this was not a request, it was an ultimatum disguised as a relationship test. I studied Witness' face for exactly 45 seconds, watching her confidence build as she interpreted my silence as consideration rather than disbelief. Without breaking eye contact, I pulled out my phone and opened my mobile banking app. The familiar interface including in my business and personal account displayed a neat row. You want proof of commitment? I asked, my voice perfectly calm as I navigated to the transfer screen. Absolutely, this retreat is crucial for my brain development. And honestly, it's not that much money for someone in your position. Whitney leaned forward slightly, monitoring my phone screen as I selected her checking account from my saved contact, something I had set up months ago when she claimed her direct deposit was delayed with needed to grocery money. I typed in exactly $4,200, double checked the reception information, and hit transfer while she watched approvingly. Perfect, I said, watching the confirmation screen appear. Your retreat is fully funded. Her smile was radiant, triumphant, like she was just won some complex negotiation. Thank you, baby. This is exactly what I needed to see from you. While she was still staring at her phone, waiting for the deposit notification, I calmly navigated to my setting and began blocking her number. Then Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, every messaging platform we'd never ever used. The whole process took maybe 90 seconds while she was distracted by refusing her banking app. Marcus, what are you doing? Witness burst changed completely when she glanced up and saw methodically working through my contact list, making sure you have everything you need for your trip. I replied, placing my phone face down on the table and signing her server for the check. What does that mean? What is wrong with you? The panic in her voice was immediate and sharp. Nothing's wrong. You got your money. I got my answer. I pulled out my wallet and placed $40 in the table. Enough to cover our meal and a decent tip. Ultimatums discussed as a relationship test. Tell me everything you need to know about compatibility. Witness a phase went through a fascinating progression, confusion, disbelief, then the raw panic as the implications hit her. This is not an ultimatum, this is just a communication. Partners should want to invest in each other's growth. Partners don't threaten breakups to extract money. I said, standing up and putting on my jacket. Someone who sees my financial success as an ATM is not someone I want building a future with. She started talking faster, her voice getting higher. Marcus, sit down. You are being completely irrational. I can transfer the money back right now if you're going to be weird about it. But I was already walking toward the exit, leaving her at the table with her phone, showing multiple messages to deliver. Notifications as she frantically tried to reach me through eBay platform I just blocked. 4 days after completely eliminating Whitney for my life, I attended a professional networking event for small business owners at the Minneapolis Convention Center. Something I would committed to months earlier, but honestly was not feeling particularly social about. I was nursing a coffee and half listening to presentation about sustainable business practices when this woman next to me started asking genuinely insightful questions about tax implication for eco-friendly equipment purchases. It didn't turn out to be 29, a licensed veterinarian who operated a mobile pet clinic serving rural communities outside Minneapolis. And she had this refreshing way of discussing business trends without any of the social media posturing had gone tired of. Our initial coffee meeting after the event somehow evolved into an 8-hour conversation that moved from the convention center safe to quiet restaurant, then to a late night dinner covering everything from sustainable business models to ethical animal care and our mutual passion for financial literacy education. My ex-boyfriend could not understand why I spent weekends doing free vaccines clinics in underserved areas. And then mentioned around hour 5 stirring her third cup of coffee. He kept insisting I abandon my ethical animal charity work to help him promote his cryptocurrency investment chains to his clients. I found myself laughing, not at her situation, but at the prayer. My recent ex saw my accounting firm as her personal founding source rather than appreciating that I actually enjoy helping people understand financial planning. Darren had this way of listening that felt completely different from Whitney's performative attention. She asked follow-up questions about my teaching work, seemed genuinely interested in my quarterly text workshop for entrepreneurs, and shared stories about helping rural veterinarians set up sustainable practice model. I would actually been researching veterinary conservation programs in Central America. She mentioned as we walked to our cars around midnight, there's this incredible opportunity to work with wildlife rehabilitation centers in Costa Rica, but the educational centers in Costa Rica programs cost are pretty steep for someone running a mobile clinic. Without really thinking about it, I heard myself saying, well, we got money allocated for international travel in this mouth. We should explore Costa Rica together. Eden stopped walking and stared at me. Marcus, we literally just met 8 hours ago. I can't let you pay for my professional development. Supporting someone's limited career growth aligns with my values. Explained. Thinking about the irony of founding actual education Barca's Instagram content creation. Besides, I would rather travel with someone who appreciates meaningful experiences than someone who sees trips as social media opportunities. She was quiet for a long moment, then smiled. Okay, but I am covering all the research cost, planning and coordination. If we are doing this, we are going to it as actual partners. Tuesday afternoon, Radian and I arrived at Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport for our flight to St. Joe's. Both of us genuinely excited about the conservation programs we researched and the wildlife rehabilitation centers she would connect with through her veterinary networks. We were presenting through security when I heard this familiar voice getting progressively louder near the international gates. That particular tone Whitney used the when she was not getting her way and expected everyone within hour short to fix her problems immediately. I looked over and see she was standing with 4 other women in coordinate athleisure outfits that probably cost more than most people's monthly rent, all of them surrounding and increasingly overwhelmed. Ireland is a representative who was clearly delivering her bad news about their travel arrangements. What do you mean, and Kendall? Witness bus carried across the intergate area. We have non-refundable reservation at an exclusive eco resort. This is completely unacceptable. Erin followed my gaze, and I immediately understood the situation when she observed Witness increasingly dramatic gestures and entitled demands toward the airline staff. That is not it, she asked quietly. The one who demanded you found her wellness retreat. I noted, recognizing witness shortly starts from calmness. Instagram post I would be subjected to all, equipped with matching language, shirts and ring ads for content creation. Clearly prepared for a week of lifestyle photography rather than actual wellness activities. The airline representative was explaining something about weather delays in Houston affecting their connecting flight, which would push their arrival to Thursday and eliminate two crucial days from their week-long retreat. I walked over to the gate counter and politely requested an upgrade to business class for Adrian and me, positioning us directly and witness sideline during the boarding process. When our zone was called and we walked past the still arguing group, witness expression went through his incredible transformation from travel frustration to complete shock to something that looked like she would be physically slapped. Marcus, her voice cracked slightly as she took in Adrian beside me. Clearly accomplished and confident, someone who was excited about educational opportunities rather than social media content. Oh my god, you were actually here with her. Adrian squeezed my hand and smiled politely. Have a good trip, witness. I hope you retreat works out despite the delays. The causal recommendations in Adrian's voice, combined with our business class boarding passes and the obvious fact that we are heading to the same destination Whitney had demanded. I found created this moment of perfect clarity about what real partnership look like versus financial explanation disguised as relationship goals. From our upgraded seats during takeoff, Adrian and I watched through the terminal windows as Whiteness Group got rebooked on Thursday flight, effectively eliminated two crucial days from their week-long retreat and creating expensive accommodation complications that their tight budget clearly could not handle. I temporarily unblocked my phone to coordinate some client calls and within minutes of reaching cruising altitude. It started buzzing with calls from unknown numbers as Whitney apparently borrowed device from fellow travelers, get agents, and anyone else willing to help her reach me. Adrian found the escalating desperation absolutely hilarious as I played the voicemails on speaker while we enjoyed our premium nail service. Marcus, this absolutely unhinged. Witness voice was shrill and paid in the first message. How dare you steal my vacation with some random Britannian? Call immediately. The second voicemail revealed more of her mental state. I know you can hear this message and this is completely psychotic behavior. You're deliberately saboting my retreat because you can't handle it. You need to test our relationship compatibility by the third message. Her tone had shifted to something approaching bargaining. Okay, maybe I could have communicated better about the trip founding, but this cosmic intervention with our flight delay clearly means we are supposed to work things out. The universe is giving us a sign, but the fourth business exposed witnessed actual financial relief and the depression behind her initial demand. Marcus or breakup. The vacations are completely booked and my credit cards are maxed from last month's influencer conferences expense. You have to wear emergency funds for accommodation. We are literally stranded with nowhere to stay and my brain partnership depend on this content creation. Adrian was laughing so hard she nearly choked on her wine. She actually thinks you are obligated to solve her travel disaster after she demanded money and threatened to break up with you. The final voicemail came through as we are descending into St. Joe's. Witness bus now completely broken. Fine, ignore me like a coward. But you will never find someone who understands your success like I do. This certain person will never appreciate your potential the way I did. You are making the biggest mistake of your life. I deleted all the message and put my phone on airplane mode, looking at Adrian's amused expression as she shook her head. The irony is incredible. Someone who saw you as a walking ATM, claiming she appreciated your potential. Adrian and I spent 6 absolutely transformative days exploring Costa Rica's conservation programs while witness groups struggle through their other rebate. Financially strained, we can experience that one no one resembles to the luxury wellness retreat that demanded a fund. Adrian's veterinary expertise elaborated every single excursion into meaningful professional development. She collaborated with local wildlife rehabilitation centers, documented exotic animal treatment protocols, established international partnership for her mobile clinic explanation, and even arranged for me to understand the business side of conservation funding through meeting with programs administrator. I discovered what authentic travel partnership actually felt like for the first time in years. Instead of sticking elaborate, authentic expense being too rustic for proper photography, Edwin approached each opportunity with genuine scientific curiosity and personal methodology. Our resort manager, a friendly guy named Carlos, mentioned during our third day that they would recently hosted a group of demanding American influencers who created multiple service complaints about our Wi-Fi quality for streaming and demanded refunds her for activities that did not photograph well enough for their social media standards. He clearly was referencing witness group without naming them directly. And Edrickson and explains knowing looks about the contrast between seeking genuine expenses versus contraction opportunities. My phone, which I started checking again for business purpose, received this spam message from witness friend Qley. Whitney completely lost it when she saw your Instagram stories with the Bestanian, the animal Centuria. She spent $300 on international data trying to monitor your activities through mutual friends. Accounts then had a complete breakdown, realizing Adrian is accomplished and genuinely interested in meaningful work rather than social media validation. The message continued. She would be crying to her hotel room instead of participating in the wellness activities. She instead were crucial for her hand development. The other girls are furious because she was learning the intertwined with her obsession about a new relationship. What struck me most was some naturally adrenaline and I worked together. She handled all the research and coordination. She was promised I managed logistic and founding without any expression or graduate. We both contributed our professional expertise to make the experience valuable for everyone we encountered. She provided Brittany expertise for several of my clients who own businesses involving MS. Collaborated with me on developing a financial literacy program especially designed for Brittany students and approached our relationship as an equal partnership where both people contribute their skills and resources rather than one person found in like others. Lifestyle. 6 months later, learned through mutual acquaintances that Whitney and had abandoned her band, invested position to Parr's full-time influencer status, moved back in with her parents after mixing out multiple credit cards trying to maintain her expensive lifestyle. We began to post big motivational content about recognizing genuine love before it's too late. While Geo taking vacation from our former relationship, the contest became even more apparent when Adrian and I celebrated our engagement. 40 months later, wedding guests consistently comment on my visible happiness and relaxed demeanor. Noting was it was a dramatic change from the obvious stress and financial anxiety and respect during that day. Hypnotically called the Whitney period, it didn't build something real together. Partnership where we both contributed professionally, financially, and emotionally without keeping score of using ultimatums to test commitment. She never demanded proof of my feeling through expensive purchases. And I never felt like an ATM being drained by someone who confused entertainment with relationship goals.